Hey everyone, welcome back to Eat the Cake Anime. I'm your host, Jay Renee. Well, it's the month of November. Y'all, we've made it almost to the end of 2025. And when I tell you that this year has been spicy in more ways than one, my goodness, the beginning of November has brought about so much. Yes, we understand that fall is here. We understand that Thanksgiving season is coming up. We understand that it's a time of family and thankfulness. But with everything that's going on in the world right now, especially the United States and our government, everybody is not feeling that sentimental holiday spirit. Hey, let's get into giving thanks. No, y'all, it's hard out here. And we want to talk about that as it relates to anime. Now, we're going to talk this week about the anime show Psycho-Pass. And there's a reason why we're doing that. If you notice, for the year 2025, Eat the Cake Anime, we decided to bring theme months to you guys, right? So we've done psychological thrillers, we've done leading women, we've done so many things. This month, we are focusing on animes with political undertones. I mean, how could we not? Look at what's going on. Everything. Yes, we talk about SNAP benefits. We talk about medical benefits. We talk about government workers going through so much. Looking at anime, parallels everywhere. And I thought that Psycho-Pass was the perfect example of that. So let's get into it. The Japanese cyberpunk anime Psycho-Pass. This came out in 2012. Now, it's set in a futuristic society where technology can measure a person's mental state. It can also quantify their emotions as well as the likelihood of them committing crimes. So this measurement is known as a Psycho-Pass. And there's a key metric within the Psycho-Pass known as the crime coefficient. The crime coefficient determines whether someone is considered a latent criminal. So the story follows Akane Tsunemori, a rookie inspector in the Public Safety Bureau's Criminal Investigation Division. You have inspectors and you have enforcers in this mysterious system called the Sybil system. It's an AI-driven network that can dictate law, order, and justice. So we follow Tsunemori, also Shinya Kogami, an enforcer who is a latent criminal working under supervision to track down others like him. So together, Kogami and Tsunemori, they navigate like the moral gray areas of their jobs while confronting the dark implications of a world governed by the civil system, which dictates what? Law, order, and justice. How have we seen this in today's world? Hello, the layoffs. You guys, AI-driven networks, AI-driven companies, we have people losing their jobs. We can talk about the government shutting down. I don't even know by the time this airs if the government will have opened back up. But for right now, it's shut down. And we're talking people in need, but at the same time, it's like the government is still trying to make sure that there's law and order and people are doing what they're supposed to do. How are they supposed to do it in these times? So that brings me back to Psycho-Pass. What makes Psycho-Pass a great politically themed or politically based anime? I can tell you one. Let's look at the themes. This series dives into moral questions, y'all, about some of the things that we have going on today. Free will, justice, what it means to be a human in a system that predicts behavior. It references philosophers. Now, I have watched a lot of anime. Producer Ron has watched a lot of anime. But when you start referencing philosophers like Michel Foucault and Jeremy Bentham, do you guys know who these people are? Jeremy Bentham was an English philosopher from the 1700s. This man was the father of modern utilitarianism. Michel Foucault was a French philosopher. He was born in 1926. This man died in the 80s, but he was always asking questions and doing deep dives about power versus liberty and knowledge. And there are always certain things to address: homophobia, what it means to be a minority in, a class system. It's so many things that Psycho-Pass touches on. From an anime standpoint, it's like they're teaching you and you're learning and you're upset about having to learn something. Also, with Psycho-Pass, it's set in a futuristic dystopian society. Y'all, the world building is so rich, and that cyberpunk atmosphere, everything is kind of like neon lit, and every element from surveillance drones, hello, to AI justice is designed to feel plausible. That was back in 2012. Y'all, we are in 2025. How familiar does this sound to what's going on right now? Psycho-Pass is a must watch. It is a great anime, you guys. The complex characters, Akane's idealism, yes, she's an inspector, but her idealism gets in the way and is constantly clashing with Kogami's cynicism. The way the characters grow because of it, you can't stop watching it. Even the antagonists like Shogo Makishima, oh my god, a whole mess. They're deeply nuanced, challenging the audience's sense of right and wrong. Psycho-Pass will leave you questioning. There is great animation, there's a lot of tension, good action scenes. Y'all know I'm a shonen girl. I'm a sucker for some good choreographed action scenes. So it's very good from beginning to end. And there's so much psychological tension. It's like, what is going on that these things that are set in futuristic anime societies are now almost commonplace where we are. And also with Psycho-Pass, the pacing is great. It balances like the investigations that you see, they kind of pull you in, but it also gives you that introspection while they're taking over and handling these investigations. You know what's going on. We try to keep it light here at Eat the Cake Anime, but y'all, some things you just cannot ignore. People's livelihoods, the way things are going on now, back then, and when I say back then, we're talking 13 years ago, seemed ridiculous, or it was fantasy works. And we see now how things are going. So Psycho-Pass was created by Jin Urobuchi. And when I tell you that Psycho-Pass, listen, 22 episodes was not enough. Okay. So you had the first season that came out in 2012, second season, then they had a feature film titled Psycho-Pass the Movie that came out in 2015. In 2019, you had Psycho-Pass Sinners of the System in March of the following year. A third season of Psycho-Pass aired between October and December 2019, and they had a sequel film to Psycho-Pass 3, First Inspector. That came out in 2020. Now, a new anime film in May 2023 was released entitled Psycho-Pass Providence. I have not seen that, but all of the Psycho-Pass stories take place in this same authoritarian future dystopia where you have public censors that are constantly scanning every single citizen in order to determine whether or not they have illegal thoughts. With everything going on now, if there was actually a metric out there that can do this, can you imagine what they would see in some of these brains? Because people are going through it. Government is fighting over the craziest things. All the while, the American people are sitting here waiting, like, you know, what is going on? What are we doing here? So it makes you question a lot. And Psycho-Pass, it's like a perfect anime for these times. We're looking at Psycho-Pass through the eyes of Akane. She's a rookie inspector. It's like the people that she surrounds herself with and the criminals that they come up against. I mean, Makishima he's a criminal mastermind. Then you have a look at the inspectors, you talk about the enforcers in this line of work, and everybody has their own demons. Everybody in this unit has things that are, going on. Even in the manga, the design kind of fits everything that you're thinking about. Now with Psycho-Pass, I will say the influence of Psycho-Pass from the creators, they have said that they drew their influences from movies like Blade Runner. They remember the 1982 film? Go back. I know they did a new one, but the originals are always best in my opinion. And Minority Report, you can tell that Psycho-Pass these were inspired by Western movies. Gattaca was one, and you can think of like, if you're making a series like this, what kind of story do you want to tell? And I think Urobuchi did a great job when he talked about the dystopian narrative and what that meant for that time. But seems to me like the time is now. So it really makes you think. So this month, we are focusing on these animes that really make you question and do a deeper dive. And you don't even know that it's going on until you're on the other side or until the episode is over. You're thinking, okay, what did I just watch? But then we've already talked about like psychological thrillers. Psychopath is a great psychological thriller, but it questions the norms of like, okay, does one person's need override the general social value by asking questions to say, okay, is this morally acceptable? Is this socially acceptable? What are people going to think? What is going to happen? We are living in an unprecedented time. So many things are going on. Freedom of speech is being repressed. Emotions are being repressed. Free thinking is being repressed. Some people will, either you're for this or you're against that. No, that's what's so great about anime, because you can see you're not the only one that has these thoughts and things like that. So if you want to do a deep dive and, anime with heft, let me tell you something. Psychopaths is a great way to start, and it gives so many references to older literature, different musics, philosophy. I'm still tripping on the fact that they had a famous French and English philosopher permeating through this anime like it was just your normal everyday show. And that's what makes it so great, because it is deceptively deep. Maybe that's what we can call this month's theme, deceptively deep anime? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what I would give Psychopaths, based on what's going on in the world today, I would give it a wholehearted, solid 9, because it's needed. It's much needed, and people need to know exactly what's going on. However you get it. If you don't like to watch the news, that's fine. But however you get it, just make sure you get it. And we here at Eat the Cake Anime will always uphold, yes, we love the escapism. We love anime. We love having a good time. But sometimes the message is there. It's at those times we really have to pick it up. All right. So I think that's all we have for this week. Tomorrow is the birthday of another one of my siblings. Happy birthday, Jamelia. Dr. Howard is celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Enjoy your day. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. All right, everyone. Until next week, what do we say here at Eat the Cake Anime? It is okay to enjoy anime.